Good morning, y'all. It is Fix It with Ren, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. I want to say happy Valentine's Day. I'm actually recording this Valentine's Day morning. I am about to make a breakfast for myself and the family, but I wanted to show y'all because I actually started harvesting my French breakfast radishes, which are probably a little past, I won't say past, but they definitely are mature enough to be harvested because these I think may have been like a 45-day harvest or even sooner, and they've been going in the farm for a little while. So you see here, I got my eggs, I got my bacon, I'm ready to go. I harvested some of my basil from my farm. I'm going to use some of the dill to garnish the plates. I'm going to use the basil to kind of pipe up the eggs. I think I may make a little side salad with the eggs with these radishes, do like a little breakfast salad, or maybe mix them in or just have them on the plate as well with the eggs. Haven't fully made up my mind, but we're gonna have these radishes this morning either the way. I'd usually make some really good scrambled eggs that my husband likes. Bacon, me, Brandon, Monica, we like bacon. But I wanted to show y'all too before I get into here. So I'll be trimming some of my chives back to use for my eggs. My lavenders have come up, and they what I think I mentioned in the other videos that I realized that the lavender leaves actually smell like the fragrance of lavender. And before, I have never grown lavender, so I thought it was always the flowers that had the fragrance. But you can see here that I'm starting to actually get my flower buds, so I should have some blooms with those soon on both of my lavenders. My flat leaf parsley is coming up that I put my own seeds into this pod. I have an African little violet leaf here that I'm trying to do my own wart propagation because I've never been successful at those as of yet. I showed y'all before. Now it's been a while because I think the last time I showed y'all these sweet potatoes were actually in my home office, but I moved them to the kitchen. But you can see they're putting out lots of little slips, a whole lot of little slips. And this is actually two potatoes that are sitting in one of these little carafes. This one has a ton, and I'm still going to break these off, but I tried to give them, because before I was breaking them off when they were really short, like shorter about this length, and I found that it was just kind of hard to get them propped up in the water correctly, so I didn't want to do it while they were this short. I wanted to give them a little more time, so I've been letting them get longer like this. And these are the perfect length because, like I told y'all, I am going to grow these for the edible sweet potato, but I also like to have these in some of my container gardens because I just like the sweet potato leaves and that greenery. So I am going to work on that for the front patio. But you can see here, let me come in closer, that it's putting out tons of little nubs. And that's what I like to see. Even here, we have another, can I get close enough to that one? Little nub. Ooh, that's starting to come out. So this has been a really nice setup for it in front of the AeroGarden. And I even, over here on the side, I had these in water at first, and I found that I don't like that sludgy water, and the water was just it was too stagnant because, of course, it doesn't have the pump or any aeration with the AeroGarden. But I had these green onions that I got from the grocery store, and you see that they're still growing. I had been trimming them off the top and using them to cook, but I'm just going to keep watering these. And I have these little seed starters that I had gotten from Amazon. I had these for a product review, so I use these sometimes to give plants away to folks. But since I have one of these little containers, I said, let me just put this in the kitchen and keep this growing. So again, I'm probably going to use some of these for breakfast this morning as well. But that's, again, something I love about the AeroGarden, is just being able to grow things fresh, keep your kitchen scraps growing up. I'll probably cut back these dead ends and discard those, cut down these pieces and use the fresh portions, and then just let this continue to grow up. So that is my little herb corner. I'll go over to my salad garden. It's going through some things, but we're going to use that today for our Valentine's Day dinner. Yeah, so this is the salad garden that's on the counter. I actually just put, so you see that nutrient there, I just put in the nutrients this morning. We have a little bit of edema. I don't have a fan going on this. Before, I actually was just harvesting it so frequently that it hadn't really gotten any issues with the spotting, or how you see from this not being outside and having the wind movement. I have looked into getting some clip-on fans. honestly, I was kind of just waiting for a product review to come up or somebody to offer me something to review. And I'm still kind of waiting for that because I try to minimize some of our household expenses with different things that come up for me as a product reviewer. So, yeah, I'm just trying to wait and see if I can get a fan to review, like for a discount so that I don't have to pay full price, just being honest. So yeah, I'm either look for that or look for a sale because that's kind of how I operate as a product reviewer. Is I try to find things that are on a discount, on a lower price, just to keep within our household budget and minimize our expenses. So back to this. This one black seeded something, I think I told y'all one time I cut these way down. It never really came back up, so this will be one of the first ones that I pull. But we have a lot of them going in the farm and in my office harvest, so I will be moving those around. And down here is a little surprise for y'all. Now in the laundry room, I told y'all that I have a couple different tomato plants that are growing, and I went to prune them, and I told my husband afterwards I was so sad because I realized one of them had a little tomato fruit coming in. So I thought about it, and if you've never tried this tomato plant, now I should have cut back these leaves. I'll say that I should have pruned these way back to help with the transplant or transpiration stress, but I didn't. I just stuck them in one of my little mason jars that I have for my canning and other little projects. And I wanted to see if I could get this to root. Because in the community garden, I've done tomato pruning where I just took pieces that I pruned, stuck them in the dirt, and they actually came up and grew other full out tomato plants. So especially when you have your indeterminate tomatoes, you can take the backyard cuttings, especially if they're nice pieces like this with a good stem. This is kind of short, so hey, like I said, I'm just trying it to see if I can get it to root in the jar. But you can root your cuttings, like especially like this. Now I should have trimmed it back at the bottom, made it a little neater of a cut. But you can take your tomato cuttings and put them back in the dirt, and oftentimes get them to root. I need to reset that because I already put the nutrient in. Come on, buddy. Just trying to reset. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I got distracted by that flashing light. But you can get these to root and grow yourself up other plants. So if you're doing an aggressive prune, especially on a younger tomato, it may be, and if you're like me and you like experimenting with your gardening, you may want to try that. Take back your pruning cuttings, stick them in the dirt, especially if you have some rooting hormone, and just see if you can make more plants. Because one thing that is really cool to do is to use that. And if you're in an area like me where you're able to do trading, that's a great way to get some plants in your garden that you either don't have seeds for or haven't grown yourself. So yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that my light now is telling me that I need to add more water, so I'll be doing that in a minute. But that's what's going on with these countertop gardens. So as of this evening, like I said, I'll be making us dinner here at home for Valentine's Day. I'm going to be harvesting all of this lettuce and then starting us over brand new with probably some more lettuce, at least in this garden. And we'll be keeping that herb garden going over on the other side. But this is Fix It With a Friend, where I talk about all things faith, family, food, and fun. Hope you have an awesome Valentine's Day. Happy gardening.